So I want to learn my lessons the first time. And my goal isn't to avoid having hard life experiences, but is to learn so deeply from them that I don't have to keep recreating them. And I don't mean that I want to get everything right or perfect the first time, but I mean that when life gives me an experience that hurts me, challenges me, or forces me to see something differently, I actually want to learn from it. Because I realized that experiences can become loops. So something happens, we experience it, we understand it intellectually, and then 6 months later, we're in the same exact situation with a different person, a different job, or a different set of circumstances. And we're like, so why does this same thing keep happening to me? And sometimes it's because we learn the lesson just intellectually, but we never actually integrated it. So I think that there are 4 stages to actually embodying and integrating the experience. So first is the experience, where something happens. Then there's understanding, where you begin to recognize what it taught you. Then there's integration, where you start making different choices because of what you've learned. And then at the end is the embodiment. So the lesson becomes part of who you are. So you don't have to think about the boundary anymore. You already have one. You don't have to convince yourself that you are worthy because you make the choices constantly to reflect it. You don't have to remind yourself to trust your intuition because you're listening when your body tells you something isn't right. And that is when the lesson actually becomes the wisdom. And I think that's one of the biggest differences between simply going through life and intentionally growing through it. So I'm not trying to avoid every hard life experience. I'm learning deeply enough from each one that I don't have to keep taking the same class over and over again. Because once you've learned the lesson, you get to move on. So the next time you find yourself asking, why does this keep happening to me? Instead of only asking what happened, ask yourself, what is this experience actually trying to teach me? What do I understand now that I didn't understand before? What do I need to do differently now and moving forward? And what would it look like to actually practice that lesson? Because the goal isn't to just learn the lesson, it's to live it. And that's the work of rewriting the rules to your life. Follow for more tips and tools along on your journey.